Hey everyone, Sujit here. How are you? Well, thanks for tuning in today. I'm so excited to be here and share um, about how do you simplify cash flow in the business. One of the things that it keeps coming up is about cash flow in the business to make it simple for anyone who wants to have handle or control in the cash flow. So if you are if you are one of these, like want to demystify the process of cash flow and want to simplify the whole how it all works in your business, then this live session is for you. So I can see some of you are online. Please introduce yourself, who you are, and where you're tuning in from as well. And I would love to know. And we can have this conversation here today. And if you have any questions around the topic that we are covering, I'm also doing ask me anything at the end of the session. So if you have any burning question right now in your business that will help you to move forward in the business much faster, then please let me know in the comments, and I'm more than happy to join as well. So let me just talk about the cash flow. Like how do you actually really simplify the process of and cash flow in the business? So this is all this session all about. So think of in a very simplest terms that in a very simplest term, think about a money pouch that you put something inside. Uh, Hi Mohit, I know you're consistently like you support my videos, and you're the first few ones and always supporting me everything that I love you, and thank you so much for your support. I The channel is just a person like you and who's always willing to take extra necessary step in your business and move forward, and and you are like my inspiration who helps me to create videos just for you, just to so that um, it's why I love what I do. So thanks for tuning in today. So yes, so I want to keep on talking about bring this a story of how we used to do all of this, that before even the whole thing like internet, everything was invented. Think about going back to 20, 30, 40 years ago, that remember, like you keep on like a money pouch or something. Think of this as a money pouch. Now you have all this money coming in, and every bit by bit, like you have to take it out and give it to someone, and whatever is left here at the end of the month, that's yours. Yes, that's amazing, and that's how it works. But that's always been the case. But we do it digitally now these days. But the principle of how it all the premises is the same. That now the question is, like, if you imagine like you take a train from one place to go to another place. Let's say if I had to go from London to Manchester, and there going by train, there are 5 stops, and imagine that you have to give money at each stops, and whatever you have left when you reach Manchester after going to 5 stops is yours. And then another question is, wouldn't it be a better way that if you can handle it, if you can give like if you can if you can actually optimize, it's probably the right word, that at each bucket or each station that you go through. That's how we can talk about it, when you can simplify how the cash flow works in your business. And then the goal is that how do you maximize cash flow in your business through each stop. By the time you reach the final destination, you have more, and you have more, and that's the whole premise is all about how do you maximize cash flow in the business. Some people have more joined it. Is Tibeta Basnet? Hey there, and Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Um, it's a great example. Well, thank you so much. Yes, hi, Stephanie, and great to connect here. Hi, Colin. They're awesome, awesome guys, and it's love. It's great being here, and by the way, it's my second stream, so I'm equally as nervous, as excited as to share what I got. And I guess we all have to start at some point to do these things, and here I am, and 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 so now the question is, like, if I come back to our conversation, is that, so if we take the example from London to Manchester, going by the train, and going through 5 stops or 5 stations, as I would call it. So now you take the collectible payment from your customer. Then you have to pay cost of delivery. That's your first step, a first stop. And then you have to pay for expenses. These are the expenses that you pay regardless whether you make sales or not. So before you even open the door for your business, on a day-to-day basis, you have to pay them. These are like fixed costs, like rent, like subscription, etc. So whether you make sales or not, you still have to pay them, right? The second stop. The third one is all about the sales taxes, that all the taxes that you have to pay in the business. Then comes your business tax. In the UK, we call it corporation tax. I think it's called corporate tax in US. I don't know what it's really called. Stephanie can tell me about this one. And the fifth stop is your personal tax that you have to pay before it lands the money in your pocket. And I imagine that that's what you do primarily in the business info, right? How you make more money to provide for you, for your family, because that's your primary responsibility. And that's your primary responsibility. So how do you maximize at each stop is the name of the game. It's not about how much you make at the top level sales. If it was, so many businesses in the world who are like top level brands, they've been in the business for a long time, they have brand heritage, and they have their household name. Why would they go bust? Why would they go bust? Because it's not never, ever, ever about the top line. It's always about how you keep your engine rolling in the business. So, in a nutshell, if I have to explain this in a very simple way, in non-financial way, I talk about 3 things. One is because business is intellectual sport. To play a sport, you have to have a skill. You should be able to score. So let's say call it football or cricket. You have to have the skill to score. You also need a stamina. Just not having a skill and your ability to score the point is not enough. If you take tennis, you have to last at least three sets. If you are female athlete, so you're not playing 1v1 set. You have to go along. You have to win 2 out of 3. So can you keep up with your stamina? That's the key. Now you might be wondering, well, what's going to do with my business? Because cash flow in the business is like your stamina. It's what keeps you going in the business. You can't say like to your supplier, "Oh, I don't have cash, but can I pay you by my sales? Can I pay you by my sales invoice? Can I pay you by my profit?" It doesn't work like that. You need cash, but what you take away from the business is profit. So there's a balancing act. How do you maximize both, and how do you use cash flow to maximize all of this? That is the name of the game. This is what we have to do. Okay, so let me just, Stephanie, you are so right. So many companies are top line rich, bottom line broke. Absolutely, Stephanie. And you know that this is, this is a classic case. Like when you talk about see all these businesses, they're talking about, oh, I want to grow my business and I want to get consistent new clients. I want to grow my sales, and they're just talking about revenue. The revenue doesn't mean anything if you don't have any bottom line left. Just because someone's making revenue, that doesn't guarantee that they have profits or they have the profit that they think they should be having. And I've seen like so many examples of it, that a business think 100,000 a year and take away like a profit of 20%, 20,000, and the next year they do 200,000 and they profit is 40,000 and say, oh, I've grown my business from a 2x, 100K to 200K. My profit has gone from 20,000 to 40,000. I'm good. And so when you look at it and I say to them, well, it's possible that you could have done better actually. You could have at least done only 1.5x. You could have done 150,000 pound sales in terms of 200,000 pounds. You still could have walked away with 50,000 profit, because there were margins that you could have improved. Now you didn't have to go through all the hassle of getting the 2x your revenues. Think about how much time and energy you would have spent and the risk you would have taken to be there. Now, not only that, when you come the next few months, what's happening is you're running your business at the new equilibrium of expenses. And that is a risk. But there is no guarantee that the business will continue to grow at that level. That's why so many businesses fail. And they can't keep up with the stamina, and it's not about ability to have a skill and score a goal or a run or at a point for a few period. It's about being consistent. It's about having the stamina to the play the game. So the business is a marathon, and cash flow is like a stamina. It's like energy. It's the fuel that what move the business forward. You want to hire a next place employee, you got to spend. You don't spend on profit, you spend on cash. But when you take out the money for you, you take profit. When you want to sell your business, yes, you look at the multiple profits, but there's different ways of looking at it. But you want to take your business to the next level, one of the key things that you need is cash flow to invest. So how do you simplify this? The flow of cash in the business is so crucial, and that's the thing that I want to talk to you about today. Okay, and thanks so much, guys. And if you got any questions, then please drop in. I'll be more than happy to answer. And if not, then I'll see you next week, same time, same place, Friday, 4 p.m. GMT, and we talk about a new thing, and that can help each other and all of us in moving forward in the business. And how do we improve profit? How do you improve cash flow in the business? And how do you simplify the whole business process that we don't have to be stuck in analysis paralysis and moving forward. Okay, so okay, awesome. So I see there's no question, and so I would call you today, and I'd like to thank you so much for everyone tuning in today. Mohit, Deep Snap, and Stephanie, Colleen, and thank you so much, guys. And I would love to see you next Friday at 4 p.m. GMT. Thank you. Have a good restful weekend, and enjoy, have a good time, and be safe. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.